Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. I've got a new workbench, but I don't have any vices on it, and I want some, because I want to be able to hold things better without just clamping to it. So today, we're going to use this giant screw that I bought off Amazon to make a leg vise. I think. I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to grab a chunk of Dougie fir down off the rack because the bench is Douglas fir and cherry. And then I'm going to put some cherry in it because the bench is Douglas fir and cherry. And I'm going to use this giant screw to try and make a leg vise. We'll see how that goes. First I have to pick a leg, I guess. But I'll do that off camera. You guys don't need to watch me think about which leg I want to use for my leg vise. Yeah, leg vise day. Giant screw. Let's go. All right. Okay, so we start out by getting down the wood off the wood rack. Because as all projects start, you have to get the wood first to work on it. 2.5-ish inch piece of Douglas fir that I was starting out with, and put a strip of cherry in the middle of it as an accent, just to make it a little bit wider, and because the bench is Douglas fir and cherry, so it would be cool to have a leg vise chop as Douglas fir and cherry. Measure how long it is. Let the camera do a crappy job of focusing on the first cut without noticing that it was doing that. Then we take it over to the jointer and get one edge nice and flat to reference off the fence. Later, when I cut it in half, get the piece of cherry milled down and cut to length and also jointed so that it too can reference cleanly off a fence when I cut it to width. I guess length? No, width. Yeah, width is right. Using the piece of Douglas fir itself as the guide, I cut the cherry to width. Then I ripped the Douglas fir in approximately half. I wasn't that worried at this point whether it was exactly half. Then we can joint both edges of that and the face as well. I believe I did. I hope I did. Maybe not. Didn't really matter if it was super square and everything for this particular project. It's a leg vise chop. Then we start the glue up. I did the middle strip first, and then I added the other outside piece to it after that was dry. For no real reason, I guess, but that's how I did it. Shut up. This is the handle for the screw, whatever that part of the screw is called that needs like a circular, spherical, not cylindrical. Yeah, why do I always do that? When I try to say cylindrical, I go spherical first. Anyway, and toss it up on the lathe. It was good, more lathe practice. I don't use my lathe nearly often enough. I'm not good at it because I don't use it very often, so it's nice when you can throw in a little bit of a lathe bit into a project. And I actually was quite happy with this. I glued up a couple of strips of cherry and a piece of Paduke in the middle of it, and made myself a little handle for my, instead of just buying like a 1-inch dowel or whatever. And then I turned these little walnut nobulas on the to go on the end of it. I was pretty happy with my little handle. Then once it's all glued up, we just kind of skip plane it to approximate flatness. It was flat enough. It's a little bit twisted at the end, but you know, it's a leg vise chop, so whatever. Measure down. I used the dimensions on who is it? Benchtop that does the like heavy duty leg vise hardware, and their dimensions say 11 inches or 11 1/4 or something down from the top of the bench. So I just did approximately that. I think I did 11 1/2, and then I drilled through with the skinny bit first because it gave me a line to follow through with my hole saw. Then I did that, and then we're already over here. Keep up with the talking, yo. Chopped down 45 degree on the front, and then on the top, not the front. And then over to the bandsaw to rip off the sides, lighten it up a little bit, and just give it a little bit of decorative element. I'm not sure why leg vises are designed this way, but most of them are sort of tapered in some way at the bottom. I guess probably just for lightness or weight, lack of weight. And mark off where the screw holes go for the whatever that part of the thing is called, drill them, screw them in. This is actually starting to become a leg vise at this point. I was pretty happy actually the first time I did this, and I was like, oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah, it was awesome. Then we do the same thing on the other side, and mark it, screw it. Then I will leave a link to Jay Bates's video where I got this idea. He got it from Chris Schwartz apparently, but I got it from him using a wedge on the floor and then cutting an angled recess in the bottom of the chop to prevent racking. Right, like I said, I'll leave a link. And just plane the top even with the rest of the bench, and put in a dowel with a little sort of securing bracket there into the back to keep it from swinging side to side, and we'll give it a try. And I was super happy. It actually like turned into a leg vise. I don't know why I'm always surprised when when I do projects that I don't know what I'm doing and then they turn out, because I watch a lot of other people making these things and it works out for them, so I don't know why it wouldn't for me. But anyway, that's my leg vise. Super happy. Looks snazzy. It looks even better now that it's got oil and stuff on it. But that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.